Hey everyone, my name is Vizia and I'm a graphic designer. Today I'm going to be showing you how you can recreate this welcome post for your esports team. So this one was for a Fortnite team, but I'm going to be recreating it using some Overwatch assets, which I have ready right here. I know it kind of looks like a mess, but you'll see how all of this comes together. So pretty much we're going to be recreating this. And so first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to File, New. So you're going to make sure it's 1920 times 1080. You're going to make sure it's set to RGB color, 8-bit, 72 pixels per inch. Background doesn't matter. You're going to hit create. And then you have your canvas right here. So we're going to start off with this grungish background. So the way you're going to do that, you're going to take a background from Google. I don't know. I'm going to be using an Overwatch background, which is going to be this picture right here. I'm going to copy that layer. I'm going to paste it. You can copy and paste, or you can import your files by going to File, Place Embedded, and then choosing your file. So I have my background here. And so first thing I'm going to do is, if you haven't already, convert this to a smart object by right-clicking and then convert to smart object. But this is already a smart object. So yeah. Next you're going to go to Filter, and you're going to go to Blur, and you're going to go to Gaussian Blur. So you don't want it to make it like blobs of color, right? You want it to just be like around 8 pixels. And you're gonna hit OK. Now you have like this blurry background. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna add a gradient map, which is how I got this to be like pink, black, and white. So the way you do that, you go over here to adjustments, or you can go down here and you're gonna hit gradient map. Boom. So right now it has orange and black, but we're gonna change that. So I'm gonna drag this to the middle. I'm gonna drag this to 50%, and then I'm gonna add another little node over here, and I'm gonna change that to white, like that. So I'm gonna move this black one to 25%, and I'm gonna change the white to 75%, like so. And then I'm going to be using this orange right here, because this is the orange San Francisco Shock uses, which is the team I'm making the graphic for. So here, this is a bit too dark, so I can go ahead and just move this slightly over to the left, so make it like 21 looks fine. I'm going to hit OK. So there's that. That's pretty much the background. Okay, so as you can see, there's like this uneven like noise. And so the way you do that is you go over here, or you're gonna get a cloth image and you're gonna put that onto your project. So pretty much you're gonna have this big old cloth picture. Make sure it has like folds. You don't want it to be like wrinkly. You just want these folds and shadows to be shown, because that's what's gonna make the noise. So you're gonna make this bigger, okay? And you're gonna go with Filter, and you're gonna go to Noise, Add Noise. So make sure it's monochromatic. And so I'm going to lower this to like 10. Oh wait, actually we forgot to do something. First, my bad. You're going to go to Blur. You're going to go to Gaussian Blur. You're going to add a bit of blur. Okay, so the reason you're going to add blur is because there's like these little, you can see the threads. This is a very detailed image. But we don't want it to do that, because otherwise it's going to mess up our noise. So you're going to go to Blur. You're going to add Gaussian Blur. And we're going to make it like... We don't want it to be too blurry. We just want it to, so the details aren't visible. So we're gonna make it like 3, maybe 4, like that. Make sure the folds are still visible, right? Now we're gonna add noise. We're gonna go to Noise, Add Noise, and you can add as much as you want. I'm gonna add like 10, maybe 12, maybe even less actually. I like 8. Okay, so now that you have that, you're gonna go over here and you're gonna add another gradient map. Make sure you apply it to this one, to only this layer, by holding Alt and clicking in between the layers. Now we're gonna modify this gradient map because we want this to be white, and then we're gonna move this black part all the way over like that. And you might be like, Vizio, that looks weird, that looks funky. Don't worry. You're gonna hit OK. And after that, you're gonna go, you can pick a layer style. Let's see. What if we did that and then like lower the opacity? That looks cool. So again, just mess around with the cloth. You can add a blend mode, you can mess with the opacity. So I like mine on linear dodge, yeah. I'm just gonna move it to a spot I like. I kinda like it right there. I don't know, this image is like really dark. I might choose another image. Yeah, let me go find another image real quick.
A few moments later.
Okay, so I found this picture of Hanamura instead. So pretty much all you're gonna do is place embedded, and then I have it saved, so I'm gonna go to downloads and then place it. Wait for it to load, like so. And if I want to change the picture I have on my background right now, all I have to do is drag first my smart filters onto the new picture, get rid of the old one, drag this underneath the other one, make this bigger, hit enter, and then again hold alt and click in between the layers to, you know, pick the layer. I think that looks much better. I'm gonna mess around with my gradient map right now. I'm gonna set this to 25, this to 50, and this to 75, like so. That looks a little too light, so we're just gonna keep moving it and adjusting it accordingly to how we like it. I like it a bit darker, and with my whites a bit lighter, like that. I think that looks pretty cool. So now we're gonna again mess around with our cloth, find a spot we like. I think it looks cool right there. Perfect. So that's our background. Now we're gonna add the character. Before I do that, I'm gonna lower the opacity on the cloth a bit more because I feel like it's popping out a bit too much. This noise, especially like over here. I'm gonna set this to like 20%. Alright, so to add the character, I already have my character over here. You can go ahead and save it or copy and paste it into Photoshop. This is a transparent picture, right? So I'm gonna align this here in the middle. I'm gonna center it. And so here I added a gradient map, but before we add the gradient map, I do want to make a few adjustments to this. So you're gonna go to filter and you're gonna go to camera raw filter. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna increase the clarity a bit, mess around with the settings to make the character pop a bit more, add a bit of contrast to it, a bit of color correction. So pretty much here we got our camera raw, there you go, and we're gonna mess around with these mainly. The texture, so I'm gonna pump this up a bit. The clarity, we're gonna pump this up a bit, not too much because otherwise it's gonna look too black and it's gonna look weird. And the dehaze, this we're also gonna pump up just a little bit. Like so. You can also mess around with these other ones. I don't want to. I'm just gonna add a bit of exposure, and that's and a bit of contrast. Like that, and I'm gonna hit OK. You can mess around with the other settings if you'd like. So this was before. This is after. It's a bit darker. It looks a little better. So now we're gonna add another gradient map to our character. But to do that, down here, and then we go to gradient map. Again, apply it to just that layer, and we're gonna make this black and white, like so. Okay, and there you go, there's our character. If I want, I kind of want to make this a bit lighter. He's a bit too dark. So you're just gonna drag this a bit over there. Boom. Okay, so now we have our character. Here's our character, he's nice and centered. I might make him a bit smaller, Sigma's a little too big here. Like that. And so now we're gonna add this bottom bar right here, and then after that we'll add this text. So to add the bottom bar, it's not that hard. First you're gonna go to your rectangle tool, and you're just gonna draw a bar that covers the bottom, like so. Whoops, we're just gonna drag this layer out, and then hold on in between, there you go. So this is gonna be the gray, it's gonna be like a darkish grayish. Or you can make it black. I mean, that works too. Let's see what it looks like when it's black. See, I feel like then it's too dark. It just kind of blends in with the background. So we're just going to make it like... I actually have a gray over here in my swatches. We're just going to make it this dark gray, like so. Right? And then we're going to add the logo. We're going to add some little... we're going to add a bit of text right here. I have the logo over here. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to paste it here. Right? I'm going to make this smaller. I'm going to add this to the corner over here. And I'm probably going to make this white. So to make that white, I'm going to right click the layer. Go to blending options. Color overlay. Just make sure this is white. Yep. Boom. Alright, now to add my text, I'm probably going to add something like, okay. First, we have to change our font. So it's going to be Eurostyle regular. Okay, we're going to add, okay, I don't know. Welcome someone. And then we'll put maintain player, right? Maybe more information. Did I put it in caps? No, I put it in... Okay, we're just gonna change that real quick. Maintain player. Actually, let's just put like... Overwatch League. Overwatch League. And then we'll put like... Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and add... Overwatch League team. And I'm pretty sure they have a website, right? Yeah, they do. It's sfshotgear.com. So we're going to put Overwatch League team. And then we're going to put their website. What was it again? SF Shot Gear. Oh my god, super. What are they doing nowadays? Alright. Let me change that. Boom. Alright, so you guys can change this. You can put like I did over here. I put professional esports organization and the website. You could put like the day you were established, whatever. You know, stuff people put down there in like bottom bars. You could put your sponsors if you want. I could put sponsors, but I have to go copy the images and I'm not trying to do that. So yeah, after that, we're just gonna center this again. And then we're going to put this over here in the corner. Make sure it's like the same distance away from the edge as it is. I think that's like the same, right? Yeah, sure. Alright, so now we're going to center this. And then we're going to group this. And then select these two and center them up here. Oh, you know what I have to do? I actually have to fix this. My bad. You have to make sure the edges are aligned because that way you won't be able to center it otherwise. Like so. Boom. Alright, there we go, there we go. I might make this text smaller though because it's a bit too big. I feel like it doesn't need to be that big. I'm gonna move this over here. And then center this. Whoops. Like that. Again, align them and then center this with this. And there we go. That's the bottom part. I might even like move this down and make the rectangle smaller. Maybe that's why it looks weird. Like that. There we go. Alright. So you're gonna click this layer up here to make sure it's on top of everything. And you're gonna go to T and you're gonna click. And you're going to type in welcome. And then we're going to change that font to Anton. And you're going to make this bigger. Woo! Like so. I'm going to make mine bigger. Like that, maybe. I think that's good, right? How big did I make it over here? I made it about that size too, okay. Alright, and then down here we're gonna add another rectangle. We love rectangles. And we're gonna change this color to our orange, our brand color. And then I'm gonna center this, you know, keep it in between these two layers evenly. I'm gonna go to text, and I'm gonna type again. Whoops, I mean to do that. I'm gonna Oh, I'm struggling. Hey yo, let me make a new layer. There we go. Alright, so I'm gonna just put in Super because he's like the most iconic tank for San Francisco Shock. So we're gonna go ahead and move this over here. Make sure it's on top of the other layer. Did I capitalize this? Yes, I did. Okay, there we go. Super is the new there we go. Super. We're gonna make this a bit smaller, maybe like so. This text looks a little funky, not gonna lie. There we go. That looks better. We're gonna center this. We're gonna group that, and then this, align this, and then center all of this. Right, there we go. That looks pretty good. I think a super text is still too big. Let me make that a bit smaller, and then make the rectangle a bit smaller. I can make it tinier like that, or I can make it big like this. I kind of like that. I think that looks right. Alright, so pretty much now we're just going to group all of this. We're going to group the bottom part, and then we're going to group all this. And the last step is to add a bit of noise on top of the character and on top of the text. So we're also going to group our gradient map in Sigma. We're going to drag it into this group. Okay, and after that, you're gonna add a new layer. Okay, you're gonna hit Alt backspace. Doesn't matter what color you have selected. So you're gonna hit Alt again, and you're gonna apply it to this layer only. Okay, now you're gonna go to Filter. You're gonna go to Noise, add Noise, and you're gonna put this all the way up, like that, to 400%. Make sure it's on Gaussian, monochromatic. Okay, now you might be like, that looks really weird. What are you doing? Okay, so pretty much over here, you add a special blend mode. So we'll use linear burn like I used in the other one, and then we'll lower the opacity to where you can like barely see it, but like it's still there, maybe 10%. And there you go. You have a simple grunge looking welcome post for your esports team. If you want to change the background or the character, it's not that hard. All you have to do is, copy and paste a different background, drag the smart filters on there, and then apply the gradient map to it. So that's pretty much how you do it. You can change the character, you can change the background. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you learned something. Hope you enjoyed. As of recording this video, we hit 400 subscribers. Thank you so much. When we hit 500 subscribers, I'm thinking of doing some sort of giveaway or maybe opening a pay hip. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Adios.